Good to see you.
Long time.
Doing well.
Right?
Yeah. Started.
Yeah.
But I'm good. I love hunting the dog. I'm recording. That dog. Oh, yes. Said this. How are you? I was hoping I'd see you Saturday, but I guess your name is bigger than
Yours, so.
they used your name to get people there.
That's okay.
It worked. It worked. Got me there. Nice to see you, though.
It's a pleasure.
And you're always so. Every time I hear you on the radio, I'm like, damn, so brilliant.
Yeah, we have to push it.
Yeah, seems like it's closer now, more than ever. Yeah, we'll stay strong.
Yeah, we are.
Would you be willing to be my standby officer again?
Absolutely. They're gonna go nuts again. That's fine. This time we move it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. We'll see.
We just have life. So.
You're okay. Good. I'll be.
Okay, I went up there already, got myself a thing.
See you. Hello?
Need someone to hold it for you?
No, I'm gonna set it up to her. All the program. But it's really good. Feel a lot of people.
Yeah.
Salam alaikum.
How are you?
Really?
New Jersey. Clifton.
Lighthouse.
When we wanted to go to Rutgers and do one thing.
They already did.
Yeah.
Sold
But
out.
made it to Penn State, University of Pennsylvania.
Go to Princeton.
No, by the time I couldn't. But I went to Columbia, did the Friday prayer for Columbia, came back. Good.
Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
So everyone knows that we've been chanting for months now about trying to end the genocide, and now they're still trying to go in and finish up killing everyone in Gaza. So we need to make sure that everyone on this campus hears how mad we are about this and how we want this genocide to no longer continue, okay? So I need everyone to be as loud as possible. We ready? Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine.
Viva, viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina.
Viva, viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina.
Rafah, Rafah, hear our screams!
Rafah, hear our screams.
No more blood on the olive leaves!
No more blood on olive leaves.
Rafah, Rafah, hear our screams!
Rafah, Rafah, hear our screams.
No more blood on the olive leaves!
No more blood on olive leaves.
So y'all can be louder than that, guys. Come on. Rafah, all eyes on you!
Rafah, all eyes on you.
We will never leave you!
We will never leave you.
Rafah, all eyes on you!
Rafah, all eyes on you.
We will never leave you!
We will never leave you.
World leaders grow a spine!
World leaders grow a spine.
Rafah is a red line!
Rafah is a red line.
World leaders grow a spine!
World leaders grow a spine.
Rafah is a red line!
Rafah is a red line.
Rafah is a red line!
Rafah is a red line.
Rafah is a red line!
Rafah is a red line.
We will defend Palestine!
We will defend Palestine.
We will defend Palestine!
We will defend Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine.
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Free the people, free the land.
Free the people, free the land.
Justice is our demand.
Justice is our demand.
You guys can be louder. Come on. Ready? This one is my personal favorite, so we have to make it as loud as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
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 We don't want no two-state.
We don't want no two-state.
We want all of 48.
We want all of 48.
We don't want no two-state.
We don't want no two-state.
We want all of 48.
We want all of 48.
Stop the killing. Stop the hate.
Stop the killing. Stop the hate.
Israel is an apartheid state.
Israel is an apartheid state.
I know. They're fixing it. Okay. Intifada! Intifada!
Intifada! Intifada!
Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
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 Long live Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
The people united can never be defeated!
The people united can never be defeated!
The people united can never be defeated!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
There is only one
We will defend what's right. No more blood on olive trees. Rafah, Rafah, hear our scream. Rafah, Rafah, hear our scream. No more blood on olive trees. 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 Rafah is our red line. Our leaders go aside. Rafah is our red line. Rafah is our red line. The people united can never be defeated. 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 Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 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 Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want no Zionists here. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want no Zionists here. We don't want no Zionists here. Free the people, free the land. Free the people, free the land. Justice is our demand. Free the people, free the land. Free the people, free the land. Justice is our demand. Justice is our demand. No peace of stolen land. 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 Y'all can be louder, so come on. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. We don't want no Jew state. We don't want no Jew state. We want all of 48. We want all of 48. We don't want no Jew state. We don't want no Jew state. We want all of 48. We want all of 48.
Sorry, one second.
From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. These border walls have got to go. These border walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. These border walls have got to go. These border walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. These border walls have got to go. These border walls have got to go. From Palestine to the Philippines. From Palestine to the Philippines. Stop the U.S. war machines. 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 Intifada, Intifada. Intifada, Intifada. Long live the Intifada. Long live the Intifada. Intifada, Intifada. Intifada. only one solution. Intifada revolution. Intifada revolution. There is only one solution. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. Intifada revolution. Rafah, all eyes on you. Rafah, all eyes on you. We will never leave you. We will never leave you. Rafah, all eyes on you. Rafah, all eyes on you. We will never leave you. We will never leave you. Rafah, all eyes on you. Rafah, all eyes on you. We will never leave you. We will never leave you. World leaders grow a spine. World leaders grow a spine. Rafah is the red line. 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 Joe Biden, what do you say? Joe Biden, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today? How many kids did you kill today? Joe Biden, what do you say? Joe Biden, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today? How many kids did you kill today? Netanyahu, what do you say? Netanyahu, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today? 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 Every olive, every tree. Every olive, every tree. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Every olive, every tree. Every olive, every tree. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crime. No more money for Israel's crime. Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crime. 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 Rafah, Rafah, hear our screams. Rafah, Rafah, hear our screams. No more blood on the olive leaves. No more blood on the olive leaves. Rafah, Rafah, hear our screams. Rafah, Rafah, hear our screams. No more blood on the olive leaves. No more blood on the olive leaves. Rafah, all eyes on you. Rafah, all eyes on you. We will never leave you. We will never leave you. Rafah, all eyes on you. Rafah, all eyes on you. We will never leave you. We will never leave you. Rafah, all eyes on you. Rafah, all eyes on you. We will never leave you. We will never leave you. Rafah, all eyes on you. Rafah, all eyes on you. We will never leave you. We will never leave you. Rafah, all eyes on you. Rafah, all eyes on you. We will never leave you. We will never leave you. Everybody can get closer. If people can get closer, please. We're about to begin. السلام على شعب فلسطين المقاوم، والسلام على مقاومتنا الشريفة، والسلام على أرواح شهدائنا التي ستحلق يوما فوق سماء أقصانا وقدسنا المحرر. والسلام 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 على أهل غزة العزة. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Peace be upon the Palestinian people, whose sheer existence is resistance. And peace be upon our Palestinian resistance, who have taught us to fight for what is rightfully ours. And peace be upon our martyrs, whose souls will one day soar over a liberated Jerusalem, free from the defilement of their killers. And all the peace, all the peace, all the peace to the people of Gaza, the honorable people of Gaza who are our pride and joy and who are our anchors. And peace be upon you for coming out here today, for fighting, for honoring our dead, and to fight for our living. We are now 7 months into this genocide, 75 years into this settler colonial entity called Israel attempting to eliminate and annihilate the Palestinian people. 7 months of us holding protests and rallies and letter campaigns and ceasefire now council holdings and ceasefire now meetings. 7 months of us waking up to see our babies and our children under rubble every day. This morning we woke up to children whose entire bodies are exposed and under rubble. How many more of our children, how many more of our babies have to die and for the world to see, for us to see the truth for what it is? That Israel is a criminal state supported by a criminal United States,
Yes.
supported by our tax dollars and our money.
Yes.
In institutions like UC Berkeley and institutions like University of California and people like the Regents uphold these systems and are complicit in the genocide of our babies.
Shame.
We are now 13 or 14 days into our encampment here at Berkeley. And we are not here for fun and games. We are here to tell them that as long as you continue this annihilation of our people, we will continue to puncture power in its eye. We will continue to be a headache. We will continue to be a thorn in your neck like our resistance is. And we will continue to fight for our people as our resistance has taught us. The resistance has told Israel, whatever you do in Rafah, we will fight back and it will not be a picnic for you. And this encampment is not a picnic for University of California. It is not a picnic for us. We are here to say, we are here to stay. We will continue to be a fucking headache, and we will fight until Rafah is free, until We have a lineup of speakers who are here to say the same and more. So please honor them and let us first honor our people in Gaza. Say it clear, say it loud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Gaza, you make us proud.
Gaza, you make us proud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Gaza, you make us proud.
Gaza, you make us proud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Gaza, you make us proud.
Gaza, you make us proud.
We are here today because we watched in horror as we saw Zionist military tanks take over the Rafah crossing. We watched in horror as they bombed Rafah 15 hours before they dropped evacuation orders on people who have nowhere else to go, nowhere else to flee to. Palestinians in Gaza are dying of starvation, of hunger, of disease that can be treated by medicine that is not let in. This takeover of the Rafah crossing means no one can go in, no one can go out, nothing can go in, and nothing can go out. No food, no medicine, no water. Gaza has enough fuel for 1 day. Gaza has enough food for only, Rafah only has enough food to feed the population in Rafah for 3 days. And not only that, but today, the Zionist, the criminal, murderous military gave an order to Al-Najjar hospital in Rafah, telling them to evacuate the only hospital that has dialysis for patients, and are fleeing the last functioning hospital in Rafah, while also being bombarded, while also no food and no water is being let in. Shame!
Shame!
But this war, this genocide is not just a physical war. It is a psychological one.
Yes.
As we watch this genocide, these horrific atrocities being live streamed, broadcast. This is the most visible broadcasted genocide in human history. And we watch as our people are bombarded, are killed, are starved day after day. Today is 7 months of us watching this genocide, of the whole world watching this genocide. And despite everything, the Palestinian resistance shows us what steadfastness, what commitment, what dedication to liberation and to justice actually looks like and means. They tell us that it's the Palestinians' fault this genocide is happening, that this war is going on. But despite that, the Palestinian resistance refuses. They say that the Palestinian resistance refuses to end the war, but Israel is the one that rejects every offer it receives from the resistance. Because the demands of the Palestinian resistance has remained the same from the start to the end these past 7 months. These demands are the same. The freedom for all Palestinian political prisoners. Complete Israeli withdrawal of Gaza. A lasting and permanent ceasefire. And the unconditional return of all refugees and displaced people to their homes. These are the demands of our people. The demands of our enemy is complete annihilation and destruction of Palestinians and of our resistance. And we know that that will never happen. This is not just a physical war, it is a psychological war. They want to destroy hope. They want to destroy the fighting spirit. They want to destroy the revolution, the intifada that has spread from Palestine across the world. And they are losing. The popular cradle in Rafah, popular support for our people's right to resist, has not broken, has not wavered. Israel has failed to destroy the Palestinian will to resist. They have failed to destroy support for Palestine and for Palestinians' resistance. They will fail to extinguish the will to struggle from Gaza to across the world. We see that with the student intifada spread across 150 universities across the world. And that's why we need to continue to have our solidarity and our commitment burn just as bright, twice as bright, to keep showing up, to keep coming out here, not just when we see the horrible atrocities that are happening in Palestine, not just when our people are dying en masse, not just when it's in the news, but we need that commitment, that dedication for the long term, because we are not just fighting for a ceasefire. We are not just fighting for a withdrawal. We are fighting for liberation and return and justice. So can y'all make that commitment to not just show up today, but tomorrow and the next day for the students and the world and the people of Gaza? Y'all better be louder than that. Can you make that commitment? Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
End the siege on Gaza now.
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 Hands off Rafah now.
Hands off Rafah now.
Hands off And I'm going to invite up our first speaker, Andrea, who is representing or is alumni of UC Berkeley.
Good afternoon. I had the opportunity last night to sleep here in Alumni Village. And I have to say, it brought back some incredible memories. You see, 40 years ago, we had a similar encampment. And for 6 weeks, we slept out in support of a demand for full divestment from the apartheid regime of South Africa. And it is a beautiful sight on this tragic day when our government has decided to disregard the calls of people across this country and around the world to stop the invasion of Rafah and to speak out and to stop arming the genocide. It is a tragic day to see Joe Biden at the Holocaust Memorial talking about and equating the current genocide somehow with Hitler and Nazis. It is an outrage that he has not acted, and this issue will decide the future of his presidency. And I'm very confident that that's true, because when I see this encampment, it takes me back to that movement where labor showed up, where faculty showed up, where graduate students showed up, where taxpayers showed up, where people of conscience showed up. In a time of genocide, there is no such thing as an outside agitator. It is everyone's responsibility to do everything in our power. And the beauty of this encampment, much like a hunger strike, works. You know, that it's not so much that these tents by themselves will defeat the war machine. But what they do is they stand as a testament to the commitment and sacrifice of the students in support of the resistance in Palestine. And that commitment ripples out. And every day that this encampment exists, it challenges us to do more. It challenges us to take chances, to walk more boldly in proclamation of the rights of Palestinians to live in peace, to live in security. And so we're taking this, so this, maybe you're part of a union. One of the struggles in Berkeley is that they're trying to silence the teachers. They're trying to stifle and stop the teaching of Palestine history and the struggle for freedom. Tomorrow morning at 7:15 Pacific Standard Time, the superintendent of Berkeley schools will be testifying in front of the likes of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz. And she will be questioned and interrogated and somehow asked to justify. Well, we stand proudly behind our teaching, proudly behind our superintendent, because far from being anti-Semitic, we are truth and freedom seekers, and we are shoulder to shoulder with our Jewish comrades. Shoulder to shoulder with righteous anti-Zionists who will not allow their legacy and their story to be defiled with this kind of genocide and torture and abuse. And I want to tell you too that we are so proud here in Berkeley of our students who have been among the hunger strikers at Brown University. One of my colleagues came in and said proudly that his daughter had been arrested at UCLA. That constituents of our city are going off around the country and helping and contributing with a proper analysis that this is not a religious struggle, this is a political struggle. That's why we gotta teach the children correctly. And we will continue to do so. So thank you for being here. And when I want to also say that Berkeley Federation of Teachers is going to be considering a resolution at our next meeting to divest, and we're going to take that. We're going to take it to the California Federation of Teachers and the American Federation of Teachers. Because when the students and the workers unite, nothing can stop us. Power to Palestine, power to the people.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
وين الميال الميال؟ فلسطين عربية!
فلسطين عربية!
وين الميال الميال؟ إسرائيل الهادية! Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
All right, Berkeley, make some noise!
This struggle is intergenerational. Intergenerational. We have people here who fought for South African apartheid divestment. We have people who organized for Palestine in the 80s and the 90s. And today we are being led by the youth and the students here today, showing us what sacrifice, what commitment, what dedication looks like here on this encampment. So make some noise for our next speaker, Manadel, who is from the United Educators of San Francisco and USPCN. Make some noise for Manadel!
Thank you, Lily. Thank you so much. What an amazing show of power here. I am honored and proud to be with you today. As honored and proud to be bringing the voice of my family in Gaza. I am proud to say that I am member of the team that is suing the President of the United States. As they are not only complicit, but they are the one who are orchestrated this genocide. They have the responsibility to stop this podcast from day one, but they're not doing it. Do not believe their lies. As we speak, they are slaughtering the kids and the people and the families in Gaza. My niece, Sally, was one of the victims. She was only 12 years old. Her father, my cousin Muhammad, was talking to her as she was dying. And he was telling her, "Forgive me, Habibti. I'm sorry, my sweetheart, I couldn't protect you. But I am sure," and that was taken by a video as he was having this critical conversation. And he said, "I'm sure you will be in a better place because this is an ugly world that we live in. This is evil world that we live in. And probably I'll be following you soon." This is a glimpse of reality that is taking place as we are standing up right now. And not only my family, but thousands of families of Gaza. But I'll tell you what, we need to talk about, we need to recognize the moment, the historical moment. This is a defining moment in history. You standing one here We are proud to be supporting the students in Berkeley. And we need people who have power. They are scared. They are the one who's scared, not us. Not us, not those people right here, which is all about power. It's all about power. And we, each and every one of us has that power. First, we need to exercise. Once we exercise that power, then we reach victory. First, we need to acknowledge that we have power. We need to acknowledge that students and workers have the power to change history. History teaches us. That's how we change it. We acknowledge that we have the power of the people against the power of the might, right? The power of right against the power of might, and then we challenge them to do, and they are recognizing that as they are looking at what's happening in each campus and what's happening in different cities that have never seen a demonstration before. That's amazing, that's great, and we should build on that. So first we acknowledge our power, the other side will recognize this power, and third and most importantly, we need to organize our power. We need to be united as a humanity against this vicious genocide against the people of Gaza, the people all over the world. We are not gonna stay silent, and we will continue to do that. Once we build that power, then we are able to change, because what Gaza is making a permanent mark in history. Yes. Students in America are making permanent side in history, and we need to build on that. We need to build on that. We need to be united. Enough of internal fights against each other. We need to unite to build a better future for our life. For a better future. It's not acceptable for teachers to go look for another job. It's not acceptable for people to have to 2 or 3 jobs to pay their bills, and we are funding this genocide billions of dollars. This needs to stop. This needs to stop. We're not only doing that for Palestinians, we're doing it for ourselves, for our grandchildren. And one day they will ask you, your grandchildren, your children and grandchildren, they will ask you, where were you when the genocide was taking place? You will be proud to say, I was here in Berkeley, supporting the students, supporting them for a better world. As they're talking about shaping a new world order, we want to continue shape a new order. Luckily and honorably, saying South Africa is leading the way. South Africa and Global South is leading the way for a new world order. I have heard the students chanting, so I want to end with a chant. Okay, I'm borrowing it from the labor, and people who have been in the labor, they will recognize that chant. And I want to replace the labor with the people. So, and as I was walking towards the gathering here, I heard a couple of people say, where all those people come from? What is this? And then I remembered that chant. So, people want to know who we are, so we tell them, we are the people, the mighty, mighty people. Yes. We are the people, the mighty, mighty. Everywhere we go, everywhere we go, everywhere we go, everywhere we go, people wanna know. People wanna know. People wanna know who we are. Who we are. Who we are. So we tell them. So we tell them. So we tell them. So we tell them. We are the people. We are the people. We are the people. We are the people. The mighty, mighty people. The mighty, mighty people. The mighty, 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 mighty people. The mighty, 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 mighty.
chat with y'all if that's all right. So repeat after me. ثورة ثورة حتى النصر. Which translates to revolution, revolution until victory. We got that, y'all? ثورة ثورة حتى النصر. 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 Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zionism no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is an apartheid state. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zionism no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. بالروح بالدم نفديك يا فلسطين. بالروح بالدم نفديك يا غزة. All right, Berkeley, make some noise.
Last night, we received the news that Israel, the Zionist entity, has taken over the Rafah border crossing. Those of us who have been familiar with Gaza know that that is one of the only ways out and the only ways in for humanitarian trucks and people trying to escape. The Egyptians have been taking bribes at these borders, $5,000 per person. And even if you pay the $5,000, you have to wait at least a month to leave. Yesterday, I woke up to a text from a friend who had paid the $5,000 per person for 5 family members a month and a half ago. They were supposed to leave 2 weeks ago. He texted me yesterday before we received those news saying, Banan, I heard that my mom and my sisters are supposed to come out on Tuesday and my brother and father are going to come out the week after. If in the meantime they attack Rafah and they take my father hostage again, he will never be released. And we said, well, I hope you at least we'll get your sister and mom out and we'll figure out what we'll do later. A few hours later, we both received the news that Israel, the Zionist entity, has taken over Rafah crossing. What that means is even that mere hope that he had has now been crushed, because it effectively has completed its siege and completely blocked out Gaza, assisted by the Egyptian government, betrayed by the Egyptian government. And now the people of Gaza have to sit and wait to be bombed and killed and annihilated. And the resistance has to fight in a terrain that's already blocked and supported by the US, and a genocide and murder and death done by the Zionist entity. Borders everywhere,
represent who is allowed in and who is not. Who is the citizen, who is the national, who is desired and who is undesired. Whether it's our borders here, and whether as we see it in the most disgusting ways in Rafah. And the way to stop this is to undo these systems. It's to block it. It's to know that we have the power as workers, as people, to say no to these systems. And our next speaker.
My name is Tanzil Chaudhary. I'm a graduate student instructor and graduate student researcher here at UC Berkeley, and I am the statewide ASC chair for UAW 4811, the union of 48,000 academic workers at the University of California. It has been 213 days since the beginning of the genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza. It has been 193 days since the Israeli occupation forces launched their ground assault into northern Gaza. It has been 68 days since over 100 Palestinians waiting to receive food aid in Gaza City were brutally murdered by those IOF forces. I could go on listing the massacres, the uniquely horrific acts of genocide, but if I did, this speech would never end. But now, it has been less than 1 day since Israel has expanded its wanton violence into Rafah. It has also been 189 days since the last time I was invited to speak to you all in this plaza. And in that speech, I said that even in the darkness of that month, I had an unshakable faith in our movement, in justice, in Allah, that we would defeat the occupiers and colonizers, that there would one day be a free Palestine. And despite how blinding the darkness has become, even now where bombs fly and tanks roll into a city where just 24 hours ago, Gazans went out into the streets celebrating the prospect of peace, which Israel would later reject, I am proud to say that my faith remains strong. My faith remains strong because I know the faith of the people of Gaza, the people of Palestine, remains strong. My faith remains strong because of all of you, because of the bravery, the determination, the strength of the campers here at Berkeley, all across this country and all across the world. It remains strong because of the steadfastness of my coworkers, my fellow union members, my dear friends who were brutally attacked at the UCLA and UC San Diego encampments this past week. It has been 7 days since a mob of violent Zionists attacked the encampment at LA. After the LAPD declared the encampment to be unlawful, this emboldened band of Zionists descended on the camp and subjected my fellow students, my coworkers, and some of my closest friends to hours of violence. They shot fireworks at the protesters, sprayed mace into the crowd, threw gas canisters, they kicked and attacked our members with steel rods. And the very next night, the very same police who emboldened these Zionists attacked and cleared the camp themselves, despite thousands defending the camp for hours, shooting rubber bullets at the defenders at point-blank range, leaving many severely injured. It has been 1 day since the UCSD administration ordered police, joined reportedly by Border Patrol and ICE, to clear the encampment in San Diego, just despite claiming to be in negotiations just hours before. And just an hour ago, I learned that the UCSD administration has not only filed student conduct charges against these protesters, but has also unilaterally changed its student conduct process to hand down interim suspensions, which would lock the workers out of their work site, revoke their health insurance, and evict them from student housing. The UC is so committed to its investments in apartheid Israel, so committed to supporting the genocide on the Palestinian people, that they would rather attack their own students and workers than de-escalate, negotiate, and divest. Shame! Shame! Now this is nothing, absolutely nothing compared to the suffering of our brothers and sisters in Gaza. But what kind of union would we be if we didn't stand up in this moment? It is for these reasons that 6 days ago, our union, 4811, filed unfair labor practice charges against the UC and committed to hold a strike authorization vote on May 13th through 15th. UAW 4811 members all across the state at every campus are organizing right now for a successful authorization vote and to ensure that we are all strike ready on the 15th if circumstances justify. Inspired by the leadership of UAW auto worker local unions, this will be a stand-up strike. When the strike is authorized, if circumstances justify, UAW members at any campus, anywhere across the state, could be called to stand up and walk off the job at any time. Maximizing chaos at this university so long as the university continues its behavior. To the Berkeley administrators, because I know that you are listening right now, I am issuing you a warning. Do not put a hand on one more of my members, one more protester, over this campus. Do not turn our campus into LA or San Diego, because if you do, not only will history never absolve you, you will have started a fight that you cannot win. Our union stands at the ready to defend our members, our students, this encampment, and our community. To the regents, do not obstruct progress. Do not ignore what is happening here, because you do not understand the forces you will be unleashing if you do. Instead, there is one simple choice that you can make. Instead of violence, instead of repression, you can choose de-escalation. You can choose peace. You can choose divestment. That is what our union demands. That is what this encampment demands. That is what the people demand. That you must divest. You must end your financial support for those who perpetrate and support this genocide. From the campus administration to the Berkeley Foundation to the entire UC endowment, you must make ironclad commitments now to divest from all of these. And until that moment comes, our union and the people, as the refrain grows, we will not stop and we will not rest. So say it with me, disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest, disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest, disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest, disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest, disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest, disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest, disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest, disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. We will be victorious in this struggle. My faith remains unshakable. We will win our demands, we will end this genocide, and we will live to see a free Palestine, inshallah. And on that day, we will not count the days from our most recent tragedy, and we will instead count the days from when the Palestinian people achieved their freedom, peace, and prosperity, inshallah. Free free Palestine!
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 I want you all, just at the end of this, to give a shout out to some of my fellow co-workers who are setting up a contingent here at the camp. Roll that out now if you haven't done so already. And we are going to win. Solidarity forever!
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
For the day to Palestine.
For the day to Palestine.
All our people will be free.
All our people will be free.
Free, 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 free.
Free.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
For the day to Palestine.
For the day to Palestine.
All our people will be free.
All our people will be free.
Free, 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 free.
Free.
Long live international solidarity.
Long live
International solidarity. Long live
international solidarity.
Long live.
International solidarity.
All right, give yourself some love.
Viva, viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina.
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 Nocturnal attitude Palestine! Resistance is not a crime!
Resistance is not a crime.
Nocturnal attitude Palestine! Resistance is not a crime!
Resistance is not a crime.
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada.
Long live the intifada!
Long live the intifada.
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada.
Berkeley, I know y'all can be louder than that. I want Michael Drake, I want Carol Christ, and Richard Lyons to hear us right now. So let's try that one more time. Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada.
Long live the intifada!
Long live the intifada.
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada.
Long live the intifada!
Long live the intifada.
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada.
Long live the intifada!
Long live the intifada.
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada.
Long live the intifada!
Long live the intifada.
All right, Berkeley, make some noise!
Thank you, everyone, for showing up today, and thanks to the union. If it was not clear, we are expanding the encampment. 2 days ago, after 10,000 UC alumni signed the pledge to no longer donate, we established UC Alumni Village. Today, that number is at 15,000 signatures. And in our new installment, the union is starting its Union Village. And that is to tell you that this is not only an issue between students and an admin that is hell-bent on breaking their rights to freedom of speech. This is showing that Palestine to the universities is always the exception. While we are fighting here and saying we do have the right to protest, we are also saying that Palestine is no longer the exception. No longer the exception to protesting, no longer the exception to be named as Palestine, no longer the exception for us to stop our lives for when it is being annihilated. Palestine is no longer the exception. Takbir!
from over 100 student organizations, faculty, and staff who have signed on to the UCB Divest Coalition and letter. We have 4 demands. End the silence, acknowledge that you were silent, and understand that right now what is happening is a genocide in the midst of a over 75-year settler colonial project. That is our first demand. Our second demand is financial divestment. That means to stop funding, whether through your donations, we understand that you say our tuition does not pay for this, so that is why we have no right to protest, and that is bullshit. But when we say financial divestment, we mean that the University of California should not invest in any entity that leads to the annihilation of our people and peoples in the struggles everywhere. Our next demand is academic boycott. And that means to end all institutional ties with any and all institutions in Israel that I'm just getting really mad. And all institutional ties with Israeli institutions that facilitate this genocide and that reside on stolen Palestinian land. And finally, end the repression. No more emails saying we are breaking time, place, and manner policies. No more hiding behind policies that have loopholes where Palestine is the exception again and again and again. So our next speaker represents the UCB Divest Coalition. So everybody please welcome Yusuf with me.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dr. Rifat Al-Arir was a poet, a writer, and a professor of English literature. He was a renowned public intellectual and a luminary of Gaza, and a beloved mentor to a generation of students. He was the editor of Gaza Writes Back and the co-founder of the writing project We Are Not Numbers. Like so many other academics and students, Rifat was martyred by Israeli airstrikes on December 6, 2023. Allah yarhamu. He now leaves behind his wife and his children. Beforehand, however, he managed to share his poem, If I Must Die, on social media just weeks before he was genocided. I'll recite for you the original Arabic poem, and then I'll quickly share the translation. إن كتب علي الموت فعليكم أنتم أن تعيشوا لتحكوا قصتي ولتبيعوا إشياعي وتشتروا قطعة قماش وخيطان أجعلوها بيضاء بديل طويل من أجل طفل في مكان ما في غزة يناظر الجنة في عينيها منتظرا أباه الذي رحل فجعة وما ودع أحدا وما ودع لحمه وما ودع روحه من أجل طفل في مكان ما في غزة يرى الطائرة طائرتي أنا التي صنعتموها تطير فوق عاليا فيظنها لوحدة ملاكا رجع إليه بالحب إن كتب علي الموت فليجلب موتي العمل وليكن موتي حكاية. If I must die, you must live to tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings, so that a child, somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze and bid no one farewell, and not even to his flesh, not even to himself, sees the kites, my kite you made, flying up above and thinks for a moment an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope. Let it be a tale. My dear brothers and sisters, my friends and comrades, I go back to this poem every so often because I have to ground myself in why I'm here. It's easy to let the numbers of this genocide and Zionists distract us and consume us, but we always have to remind ourselves of how lucky we are. Every single university in Gaza has been eliminated. So we have to always consider that everything we have on this campus is a blessed liberty. With all of these privileges, the question that might be on all of our minds is what's next? Or where do we go from here? But if you're just asking these questions yourselves right now, it's already too late. We can take as much time as we need to, but the more we stall and stand idly by, the more Palestinians have to die. This encampment should have been up months ago, years ago. And I and all of yourselves should be ashamed to admit our ignorance, because we have to wait and hear stories like Dr. Rafat Al-Ari's and many more. So when we set up these camps, it's not about us. It's not about these steps. It's not about this university. The people of Gaza aren't suffering for us in the media to worry about how the universities might respond to these encampments. I promise you all the real allies in these encampments are here for Palestine and Palestine only. Today marks day 15 of this encampment. We know this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. It took this university 14 years to divest from South African apartheid. So if it takes us 14 years of doing stuff like this, we'll be here. I promise to Chancellor Carol Christ and the new guy, we will continue to be a headache. We will continue to disrupt. And we know that the time to act, the time to fight this genocide is now. We will not budge from divestment. We will not budge from divestment. We will not wait until Palestine has become a land acknowledgement in our administrators' emails. We will take back our campus and we will divest. I read Rafat's poem earlier, and even though he was martyred, we can honor his soul and formulate our solidarity with Palestine by hearing his words. Because every act of reading this poem, every act of sharing this poem is a kite flown, a song sung, and an angel arisen. Every act of reading that poem is an affirmation of what will be a free Palestine. The Palestinian American author or poet Fadi Jula wrote one time, "From time to time, language dies. It is dying now. Who is alive to speak it?" Well, to that I say, yes, Rafat Al-Ari is no longer here. But we are, and we will speak it. We will speak it because for Palestine, we must fight. For Rafah, we must win. For all of us, and because of the Palestinian resistance, we will win. Glory to the martyrs, glory to the noble resistance, and glory to all the people. Free Palestine!
Give it up for Yusuf! Free Palestine! 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 And the siege on Gaza now! And the siege on Gaza now! We are one movement! We are one movement! We salute our students! We salute our students! We are one movement! We are one movement! We salute our students! We salute our students! Make some noise for the students, y'all! Rifa'at al-Arir, in one of his last interviews, was saying that if the Zionist military came into his home that minute, he would have nothing to fight back except an expo pen. But if it was the last thing that he would do, he would throw that expo pen at that military. With a people like that, with a spirit like that, with a commitment, with a dedication, with a bravery like that, how can we not do something? How can we sit here and not do something? And we are here today. We are mobilizing here for Rafah today on UC Berkeley's campus because the students dared to do something. Universities are not a site of liberation. They are a site of resistance. We see that time and time again. Campuses are a site of resistance. Because our students are the most creative, are the most dedicated, take the most sacrifices for the sake of our struggle and for our movement. They reflect the spirit of our people. And this university is a site of resistance, but it will never give that liberation. No matter what we do, that liberation and justice will not come from this institution. But the struggle and the resistance against it is a process, an accumulation of experience and of struggle that will lead us to liberation. And we see that with the struggles against South African apartheid, for ethnic studies here on this campus. The students are ostracized. The administration represses and brutalizes the students that are fighting for justice and against oppression at every point in history. And then when the tides turn, when history looks fondly upon the student movement, we know that is a turning point in our struggle. The students mark a turning point in our struggle. And once those tides turn, we see these institutions and these universities reflect back on that history, adopted into the story that it tells itself of what it did during these moments that mark our morality, our history as a people and as a struggle. We see South African apartheid divestment and the fight for ethnic studies displayed on these universities' walls as if they did it, as if they supported it. And they're doing the same today. This institution refuses to learn that the students hold justice and liberation. They hold commitment and dedication. They hold this struggle and they lead the way for the rest of our movement. But this university will continue to be an architect of the status quo, as all universities are. And once the status quo changes, they change with it too. But we know that our students will continue to struggle and to resist. And what the students of UC Berkeley, of UCLA, of San Francisco State, of Sacramento State, of UC Davis, of all 150 universities, what they're doing today is laying the foundation, is laying the legacy, the fight that will continue to grow and grow like a wildfire. So I'm gonna need y'all one more time to give it up for the students. So I'm gonna need y'all to think about again what these students have done, what they continue to do, what they're doing for our future, for our movement, for the next generations, and give it up for the students. Say it loud, say it clear.
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 Students, you make us proud.
Students, you make us proud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Students, you make us proud.
Students, you make us proud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Students, you make us proud.
Students, you make us proud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Students, you make us proud.
Students, you make us proud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Students, you make us proud.
Students, you make us proud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Students, you make us proud.
Students, you make us proud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Say it clear, say it loud.
Students, you make us proud.
Students, you make us proud.
Make some noise, Berkeley. And I'm gonna need y'all to make a lot of noise for our next speaker, who is Dr. Hatem Baziad.
Assalamu alaikum. We're here on the land of the Oloni people. And what is different between what the Oloni people have faced in this land with genocide, massacre, destruction, and what Gaza is facing is that today we're able to see it instantaneously. But the pain and suffering of our native brothers and sisters still yearning for the day for them to be heard, to be accounted for, to be recognized for their humanity and suffering. Also, in these lands, we brought our African brothers and sisters as cargo in the hulls of ships. And they struggled day in and day out. They revolted. They overtook plantations. They took the master's whip. They prayed for the wind to flow on the master's house. And they continued to define what it means to be human, what it means to resist, and what it means to have equal right and justice, and they continue to do so. Need to remind people, and again, those who are higher up, it's very difficult for them to be reminded between cheese and cracker and wine breaks. Malcolm X spoke in Dunal Hall. Muhammad Ali spoke at Sather Gate. Martin Luther King spoke at these steps. Angela Davis spoke up in here. Every part of the resistance movement in this country spoke in this place, challenging the power of the university. And they were on the right side of history. The chancellor was the wrong side of history. The board of regents was on the wrong side of history. The police was on the wrong side of history. They were on the wrong side of history. Now we need to understand what is taking place. We have reached a tipping point. We have reached a tipping point. You know, mashallah, Na'mat Shafiq, the university president of Columbia, she thought that she made it. You know, she got invited to Congress, you know, the shining dump ground on the hill. Right? She thought she made it. Cameras, action, right? It's not every day that somebody of this magnitude goes. She really thought that she's going to be the secretary of a new department. Again, Department of Nothingness is always open, so all those higher up aspire for it. She came back with orders in hand to crack down on this university. I guess she got the call from Jonathan Greenblatt from the ADL, Anti-Defamation League. I call them the Defamation League. I take the A out. She got the phone call. She got the phone call from those in power to crack down on the students. And we need to thank her. Because the next day, 80 campuses responded to power, responded to say that you might arrest few of us, but never, ever you could actually close the door for all of us, because freedom, justice, dignity, and liberation cannot be contained by the batons of your police or the discussions. It is a tipping point in the following. We have to say that the age of European and American supremacy and white supremacy is over. Their age is over. They did not get the memo when Nelson Mandela came out of the jail. They did not get the memo when Zimbabwe got liberated before it was Rhodesia. They did not get the memo when Zaire became the Congo. They did not get the memo when Algeria being the small finger of France, and we managed to cut it off. They did not get the memo time and time again. So today we tell those who don't read history, we tell them the following, that history is on the march. Either you get on the train of liberation, of justice, of freedom, or you're gonna be again to the dustbin of history. And I'm telling you, it's getting larger and larger for so many people that are in the dustbin of history. Now I want all of us to do many things. The four elements that we have in the movement we have to adhere to. But I want all of us to continue writing. I want all of us to continue to write, to be creative, to give the narrative, to give our story, because we are not gonna see our stories on CNN. We're not gonna see our story on CBS. We're not gonna see our story on Fox. We're not gonna see our stories in the handmaidens of power. The media is complicit, and we need to be the eyes, the ears, the voice, the narrative of those have been erased. Yes. They might have demolished the universities in Gaza, but they can never demolish the idea of freedom. They can never demolish the idea of Palestine. They can never demolish Gaza. And we need to tell them that time for you to think that you're going to write the history and so-called international law, human rights center, all these hypocrisy masquerading to say that they adhere to the highest. If you read the letter that was sent to the International Court of Justice, that tells you that is how international law was always applied from the white people down to the global south. Today, we no longer listen or adhere to those principles. A new age is upon us. A new age upon us is the age that the end, the tipping point of the end of the world that has been defined by Europe, by the United States, by Eurocentricity. It's time for us to go and read the people of importance, read W.D. Du Bois, read Fanon, read Edward Said, read Khalidi, read those people that are making history. They wrote and understood the struggle of our people. Now lastly, they're gonna tell you, why don't you actually protest nicely? Right? Why don't you be polite? When the bomb and genocide is taking place politeness cannot be on the dinner table because we were never on the dinner table. We were never invited on the dinner table. We were always on the menu, and the time has come for us to reconstitute the table. And if you don't like our mannerism, we could actually give you a Global South mannerism that is actually says all of us are included and no one excluded. Palestine will be included, and until that time, and until that age, and until that moment, don't ask us about being polite, or don't ask us to be polite. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Last time we said that this plaza will be called Palestine Plaza. Palestine Plaza! Palestine Plaza! Free Palestine!
One solution.
One solution.
Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution.
One solution.
Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution. Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution.
One solution.
Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution.
One solution.
Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution.
One solution.
Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution. Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution.
One solution.
Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution.
One solution.
Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution.
One solution.
Revolution.
Revolution.
One solution.
One solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Liberation revolution.
Liberation revolution.
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Liberation revolution.
Liberation revolution.
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Long live the intifada.
Long live the intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Long live the intifada.
Long live the intifada.
We believe that we will win.
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 We will win.
We will win.
We must win.
We must win.
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Student intifada, student intifada.
Student intifada, student intifada.
We believe that we will win.
We believe that we will win.
We will win.
We will win.
We must win.
We must win.
Give it up for Dr. Hatem Bazian. And for all of y'all being out here today on this campus in the sun, for Palestine, for Gaza, for Rafah, for all of our people in Palestine who are looking to make sure, we got to make sure that they know that they are not alone. We got to make sure that they know we have not forgotten them. We got to make sure that they know that we are willing to continue this fight and this struggle, no matter how long or how much it takes. I'm going to introduce our next speaker from the Palestinian Youth Movement. Make some noise for David! From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
Salam, y'all.
Hello, everyone. My name is Davis, and I'm with the Palestinian Youth Movement. I'm personally honored to be speaking here today at the UC Berkeley Free Palestine encampment. 76 years ago, my dear grandfather, Yaqub, Allah yarhamu, came to UC Berkeley from Palestine in search of an education. He arrived on this land that I now stand on, unceded Ohlone territory, in 1947, and shortly after was exiled from his own homelands. I stand here with you all in this fight for him and for all the people of Palestine. Last night, the Zionist regime began its ground invasion into Rafah. Rafah, seated at the southern border between Egypt and Gaza, has been deemed as a quote-unquote safe zone throughout the genocide. It now houses more than 1.4 million Palestinians who have fled from all over Gaza. It has also been described as a city of children, with over 600,000 children seeking refuge. Rafah is 50% children, who are the future of the Palestinian people. These children and people have already survived multiple atrocities under the current genocide alone. Rafah has steadily become the next site of their bloody genocidal campaign to exterminate the Palestinian people. On Monday, Israel's war cabinet unanimously resolved to continue their invasion of Rafah, despite the Palestinian resistance agreement to a ceasefire proposal that has been approved by all other parties. Shame! Ordering evacuation in Rafah has confirmed that the death sentence is sent through the sky on paper. Leave or you will die. We all know that whether Palestinians leave or not, the occupation will chase them and kill them. The death sentence was already passed down decades ago, and the only crime is being Palestinian. Shame. Last night, as the Zionist entity seized complete control of the border, they underlined their intent to keep their chokehold on the Rafah crossing. The Zionists have even indicated that they plan on having a private U.S. security company to take over the management of the crossing after the IOF carry out their invasion. Shame! Just as they have already began to build a U.S. port off the coast of Gaza to extract natural resources from our homelands. Shame! The true colors of this genocide have shown through: to make Gaza uninhabitable for the Palestinian people, to annihilate the Palestinian people and their history, and to prep Gaza for resource extraction in the interests of U.S. imperialism and capitalist endeavors. They are making business deals out of the rubble, crushing our people as we speak. Yay! Lastly, let us not forget that the invasion of Rafah is about murdering Palestinian political leadership and hubs of steadfastness for the resistance. They want to kill any possibility of Palestinian self-determination. They are trying to complete this ethnic cleansing project before any ICC or ICJ rulings or investigations fall for Israeli and American military leaders and politicians. The political will of the international community to hold Israel accountable is 7 months slow and 76 years deferred. We stand here today relentlessly demanding an end to the nearly 76-year occupation of Palestine, to lift the siege and bombardment of Gaza, to demand the release of all Palestinian political prisoners, both here in the U.S. prisons and abroad in Israeli prisons. For 7 months, we have seen this brutal aggression. For 7 months, we have witnessed the unbelievable. But also for 7 months, we have seen how Israel has failed to claim any victory. Their own people are turning against them. They have killed more hostages than they have rescued after rejecting ceasefire agreement after ceasefire agreement. And most importantly, we have seen the steadfastness and the bravery of the people of Gaza. We have seen courage and resilience like none other. We have seen the world wake up to reality. From the river to the sea rings out as a central demand, from Gaza Strip to the halls of over 150 universities in this nation. We owe students a supreme debt of gratitude for rejuvenating our movement in the midst of a genocide against the Palestinian people and carrying their own front of struggle here. Our resolute students have been able to successfully put pressure on their administrations to divest their schools from the racist and genocidal state of Israel. In doing so, they were able to wake up the world to the corrupt and repressive nature of our school systems, bringing to light the fact that administrators would rather beat their students and faculty with cops than divest from an oppressive settler state actively committing crimes against humanity. Shame! I want to commend every single student, faculty member, community member, ally, has again shown us how critical our youth are. Just like in Palestine, young people are carrying the struggle of the people who have come before them. The fight is a long one, but we have seen how the world is willing to continue. The scenes from Gaza fill us with sadness and rage, but they do not make us lose hope, not even for a second. One day, our press conferences will be held in Jerusalem, Al-Quds, the eternal capital of Palestine, and our spokespeople of freedom will be surrounded by children full of life. One day, Gaza will be free, and its skyline will never know the taste of shelling or the haze of smoke. We know it's inevitable for this colonial system to fall. Our people back home continue to remain steadfast and resilient, and we owe it to them to do the same. We owe it to our grandparents who are in exile. We owe it to all of the children that have been murdered. We owe it to Hind, the 6-year-old who was found dead and decomposing alongside her family members. Shame. Glory to the martyrs and healing to the wounded, and victory to our people and their resistance. We will continue to honor our martyrs and fight like hell for the living. So long as Gaza resists, we rise! Free! Free Palestine!
Free! Free Palestine!
Free! Free! Free Palestine!
Free! Free! Free Palestine!
Free! Free Palestine!
Free! Free Palestine!
Free! Free! Free Palestine!
Free! Free! Free Palestine!
Thanks, y'all.
All right, y'all. We got this one fresh off the press for Carol Christ, Michael Drake, and the Board of Regents. UC Berkeley, we know what side you're on.
UC Berkeley, we know what side you're on.
Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
UC Berkeley, we know what side you're on.
UC Berkeley, we know what side you're on.
Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
UC Berkeley, we know what side you're on.
UC Berkeley, we know what side you're on.
Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
ومن الميت الميت فلسطين عربية.
فلسطين عربية.
ومن الميت الميت إسرائيل الهابية. من الميت الميت فلسطين عربية.
فلسطين عربية.
ومن الميت الميت إسرائيل الهابية. ويا صهيوني اطلع برا. فلسطين حرة حرة. ويا مستوطن اطلع برا. فلسطين حرة حرة. 1 2 3 4.
1 2 3 4.
Occupation no more.
Occupation no more.
5 6 7 8.
5 6 7 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Israel is a terrorist state.
All right, Bay Area, make some noise.
Make some noise for Hisham and Phoenix and Claire and Leanne for leading us in chants. We have 2 more speakers out here for y'all today to talk more about what we're here for and how to continue this fight and this struggle beyond just today. Up next, we have Lara from the Arab Resource and Organizing Center. Make some noise for Lara! And we have Selma. So also make noise for Selma. Good afternoon, Berkeley.
Thank you for supporting it and guiding.
There's not much left to say. I just want to kind of give an overview of the last 7 months here in the Bay and what this movement has meant.
Thank you, Professor.
How
are you? Good, how are you?
I recorded everything. You said, do you have an email or something I could send it to
7
you?
months, Bay Area has turned up.
Well, we have to
We have
go to City Council.
March in the where we have to go. Palestine in ways we have never
Contact?
seen.
Broadcasting. That's good.
We have passed the most number of ceasefire resolutions regionally here in
Okay, well, we have to head to City Council. Remember, it's Cecilia's first day.
than any other part of this country around ceasefire for Palestine.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Yeah, it's more the
Pardon me, sir. Hawaii.
We have marched to City Hall. We have shut down federal buildings. We have shut down the Bay Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge. When they shamefully sent military vessels to arm the genocide in Gaza, right here from the port of Oakland, California, we shut that down too. We have made it clear that so long there is a genocide, so long as this country continues to make it possible for this genocide to continue, there is absolutely no business as usual. And for a moment of truth, we should all reckon with the fact that as of recent, we felt some fatigue. We were concerned that our emails, our calls, our marches, and our actions, still 7 months in, have not led to the very basic and most common sense ceasefire. And we continue to demand not only ceasefire, but stop arming Israel, sure that we are not complicit in genocide and our institutions are not complicit in genocide. And until that is clear, we will shut it down. You have given life to this movement. You have inspired us all. You have received letters from the children of Gaza saying thank you. Do not take that lightly. As long as the people in Gaza are steadfast in their resistance to this brutal genocide and occupation and settler colonial regime, we too must be steadfast in our resistance to the ongoing complicity of the United States in this genocide and apartheid regime. So we want to say to every single student who has held it down in every single tent, whether it's at UC Berkeley, whether it's at Humboldt, whether it's at San Francisco State, whether it's at Stanford, whether it's at UCLA, whether it's at USC, and across the country, we are with you and we follow your lead. We follow your lead in making sure that the institutions, the academic institutions, are divesting from apartheid once and for all. And as many speakers have said before, years ago when the Divest from Israel movement began, it was a dream to imagine we'd be standing here today where divestment is tangible, where we can feel it at our fingertips. And that is a result of generations of organizing. But it is you, the students today, that have made it possible for us to say, yes, divestment is possible. Situated within to do the same. The students are doing their part. All of us must do ours. No matter where you stand, no matter what role you play, no matter where you work, make sure you are doing everything in your power to make sure you are not complicit in this genocide. Your institutions are not complicit in this genocide. Where you work is not complicit in this genocide. And until we get not only a ceasefire, because once we get the ceasefire, we know the next step is to ensure we end U.S. aid to Israel once and for all. And once we end U.S. aid to Israel, we must ensure that we end the apartheid regime once and for all. And once we end the apartheid regime, we must make sure we Palestinians and my 1-year-old daughter Selma have the right to return to our homeland. Our movement is the movement for the future of humanity, for the future, for the dignity of all working people across the world. That is why the masses stand with us. That is why the world has risen with us. And you, the students, have inspired us to not only continue, but to make tangible demands, material impact, to be strategic and thoughtful, and to win. Because our lives depend on it, the future of humanity depends on it, and here in the belly of the beast, it is our duty. Long live international intelligence.
Gaza, Gaza, you will rise. Palestine will never die. Palestine will never die. Long live the
I know that we are all here today with heavy hearts. Not just today, but these past 7 months have weighed heavy on our hearts, on our minds, on our spirits. Watching this genocide and this suffering broadcasted live, doing everything possible within our power to confront Zionism, to confront everything that is making this genocide and this suffering possible for our people. We come here in mourning and in grief, but mourning should never be taken as defeat. This is not just a physical war, it is a psychological war. And we cannot let the Zionists or the American psychological weapons break our will, break our commitment. We know, as Laura was saying, that the students have lifted all of our heads. After 6 months, have shown up in a way that we haven't been able to in the past 6 months, have reinvigorated this struggle, have mobilized our people, have confronted Zionism in these institutions, have called for divestment with clear demands in support of our people, in support of our resistance, fighting for ceasefire, but also fighting for an end to aid, fighting for an end to occupation. And our next and our last speaker is going to be Khalil from the UC Berkeley Divest Coalition. Who's going to talk about the struggle here at UC Berkeley for divestment and for justice.
Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free! Free Palestine!
Ahlan wa sahlan! Welcome, everyone! Thank you for coming to the Free Palestine encampment at UC Berkeley. Y'all, I just gotta say, you all look beautiful. This is historic. I genuinely cannot believe that I am standing here in front of you, in this place, in this moment, where divestment feels so close. 75 years ago, my grandparents survived the Nakba. 75 years ago, the ethnic cleansing of Palestine began. It's a long history. It's a painful history. And today is a painful day. We know what it means for the occupation to close the crossing in Rafah. We know the pain of watching that sliver of hope close. But we also know that this moment is, while it's painful, while it's difficult, while it's crushing, it's also a moment of hope. This movement, this student movement, this alumni movement, this faculty movement, this workers movement, this community movement, is shaking the halls of power. When we shouted Free Palestine, it echoed. It echoed into the offices of Chancellor Christ. It echoed in the offices of Berkeley Foundation, the regent, the president of Berkeley. And it's shaking the fiber of this imperial state. Because when we stand here and say we demand divestment, that we will not stop until divestment, what we are saying is we will not accept the imperial logic that says it is okay to profit off the death of Palestinians. When we say divestment, we know this university is divested. It's done it before. It's divested from fossil fuels, from tobacco. They say from South Africa, from Sudan, but recently when it's divested, they've said that lives matter more than money. That's their logic. But whose lives? Whose lives? When they tell us that they refuse to divest from weapons, when they refuse to divest from the Zionist occupation, what they are telling us is that our lives don't matter. That we are fuel for a machine that chews up our bodies and turns us into corpses, into numbers, and tries to forget even those numbers. And when we say we must divest, I think I have to quote Mario Savio. It's the Mario Savio steps. We're saying that we cannot take part. We cannot even passively take part in the functioning of this machine. That we must throw our bodies onto the gears of this machine. And we must make it stop. And we will not stop until divestment. We will not stop until boycott. We will not stop until they understand that every Palestinian, every last human being throughout the global south and in this country is valuable. So thank you. Thank you for being here and for standing with us and for being a part of this movement. One more time. Free! Free Palestine!
Free! Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free! Free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Thank you.
Viva, viva Palestina! 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 All right, Bay Area, make some noise!
All of us saw the video this morning of an Israeli Zionist tank running over the I Love Gaza sign, thinking that... Our presence is a love letter to Palestine. And it is our love and that love for Palestine that will liberate us all. So I want everyone everyone here to chant with me and repeat what has become the mantra of our encampment. For Palestine, we must fight.
For Palestine, we must fight.
For Gaza, we must win.
For Gaza, we must win.
For all of us, and because of the Palestinian resistance, we will win.
For all of us, and because of the Palestinian resistance, we will win.
Glory to the martyrs.
Glory to the martyrs.
Glory to our noble resistance.
Glory to our noble resistance.
And glory to the people.
And glory to the people.
Long live the Palestinian people and long live the Palestinian resistance.
Long live the Palestinian people and long live the Palestinian
And before we leave, we're going to leave with that high energy because we're going to keep on showing up for Palestine. Ain't that right? So today we're going to learn 2 words in Arabic. The first one is Raja. Raja. Which means I will return. This is a chant that's been used a lot in the East Coast, and we're going to bring it here. We got that? Let's practice this. Ana raja raja. Ana raja raja. Ana raja raja. Ala Akka wa Yafa. Let's try that one more time. We got this, y'all. وأنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. وعلى عكا ويافا. على صفة وحيفا. على دير ياسين. على خان يونس. على شجاعية. وأنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. وعلى غزة. وعلى رفاه. وعلى القدس. وعلى فلسطين. على فلسطين. على فلسطين. على فلسطين. على فلسطين. على فلسطين. وعلى غزة. وعلى غزة. أنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. أنا راجع راجع. All right, y'all. We got one more word we're going to teach y'all today as we all leave. Of course, leave in pairs. We keep each other safe. Now I want y'all to repeat after me. Thawra. 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 Now, Thawra, as we mentioned earlier, means revolution. And that's what we're going to keep on doing until what? Until all of Palestine is free. From the river to the sea. And before we do this chant, I want to honor the legacy of some of the martyrs that we have seen, not just recently, but also growing up as well. Now, show of hands, who here knows Muhammad al-Durra? Muhammad al-Durra was a child that was killed during the Second Intifada by the Israeli occupational forces, and his image lives on in the minds of many of us here today that have grown up seeing this. We also want to honor Raza al-Najjar, who was a paramedic during the Great March of Return in Gaza, while she was violently shot and killed by an Israeli sniper. We also want to honor Shireen Abu Akleh, who was a famous Palestinian journalist who was also shot and killed by the Israeli occupational forces, who tried to deny it by saying that she was killed in a crossfire. And last, but certainly not the least, is Hind Rajab, who, as we mentioned recently, was a 6-year-old kid that was killed by the Israeli occupational forces. With that being said, let's try this out. So I'll say something and I want you all to say what? Thawra. Thawra. No, Bay Area, I know you can do better than that. Thawra. 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 I want this to reach Carol Christ's house up in the Berkeley Hills, y'all. Thawra. 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 Thawra.
يا محمد الدرة يا هند رجاب يا سليم ابو عقله يا النجاب من فلسطين يا خان يونس ولا غزة المستوطنين من فلسطين ولا غزة المستوطنين يا صوت المرأة يا صوت المرأة يا صوت المرأة يا صوت المرأة ولا غزة من فلسطين ولا المستوطنين لا رفاه ولا خان يونس ولا خان يونس ولا رفاه ولا رفاه ولا رفاه ولا رفاه. And we must always acknowledge that.